doing this for 20 years and I have never had so much activity. I've never caught so many EVPs, I've never caught so many voices out of the Echovox, I've never had the K2 hits. So for me, Gibraltar and the locations we've done just gave us what I just never expected to actually get what I got. I have never seen anything like it, and I've never seen anything like it from other paranormal investigators that I'm friends with. We've just never seen this much activity before.
Is there somebody else here?
The following program has been filmed for your entertainment. Viewers may find some scenes disturbing. There are few historical locations around Gibraltar as enigmatic as Flat Bastion Battery. We know very little of this place. Few historical records exist, but we know from the people who use this place on a regular basis that some creepy things happen, objects being moved, voices heard, faces appearing from nowhere, and these things all happen in the still hours of the night.
Flat Bastion magazine, the only thing that I can relate is that there was a battery there. There was lots of ammunition, lots of soldiers running around. If there had been an accident in that magazine, I can tell you the magazine wouldn't be there still. You know, might mean blowing the place up. So if anything ever happened, it could have been outside, maybe, you know, an accident with the guns, with the ammunition.
This is a place I know well. I've been many, many times to that place. We've gone there with and without equipment.
Is there anybody in this room with us?
There is a very, very strong sense of a very imposing figure, which does come sort of very close and gives you that sense of feeling of that he may be upset or just doesn't like the fact that people are in there. We've been able to record voices on EVP and other methods in the magazine. I can't report of any lights turning on or off or anything like that in the magazine, but there are a lot of inexplicable smells and feelings that tend to go on inside the actual magazine itself. It is an interesting place.
From the very beginning, when we got into the big hall, we would hear a massive bang. As if a cannonball had been thrown on the floor, on the wooden floor. But that stopped after 3 or 4 times, it stopped. Then there is another encounter where I'd be having a cup of tea here and I would hear 2 people murmuring. And every time I got up to find out what it was or who the people were, it was just abruptly stopped. On the other hand, I don't know, I never had anything out of the ordinary, and like I say, I spent here 20 years in and out of the place on my own. We've had power cuts on more than one occasion, and I've had to make my way out of here in the darkness. No, as far as I'm aware, nothing's ever happened to me.
Last year, when we went on the ghost trail, it was certainly an adventure. But it was an adventure that couldn't end there. We had to find new places and new ways of investigating them. We tried to take a more scientific approach this year.
Echovox. It's a complicated app. It's actually the only piece of paranormal investigation equipment that comes in the form of an app designed for a tablet or a phone. It's new. I wouldn't quite say controversial. In fact, every group that operates in this field outside of this, a lot of them use the Echovox, and many of the big personas, even on television as well, can swear by what it does. And it's a very interesting app because all it does is it generates sounds. It generates, a voice will come in through the microphone, it'll come out through the speaker, then it'll go back into the microphone in an echo, and then back out, and so on and so forth. And meanwhile, the Echovox is also generating phonetics and, the bits of sounds that make up words. No words whatsoever, just bits of words. So all of this cacophony goes out of the speakers, into the microphone, out of the speakers, into the microphone. And spirits, when they're around, they can hear it, they can sense it, and we ask them to manipulate the device and the sounds that comes through, and a lot of the time they make words, and the words will come through. So if you hear an Echovox spewing a word out, it's not supposed to, because there are no words in the database. And we've caught many of these, so I can also now swear by this little application, which is really the cheapest bit of ghost hunting equipment you can possibly find, and possibly the most effective.
This is the first time I've even seen technology be used when we're working spiritually, so I had to work at a slightly different level than I would have done for season 1. As you know, I transform spirit, and what that means is I'm able to let them in to my energy field safely and transform what that spirit felt at that time. Approaching, I was scared myself in the way that the energy was so strong. I was aware that I had to be vigilant with the team, that the team needed extra protection.
Certainly, I do feel like I need to investigate now. I've been very much interested in the field of paranormal investigation for quite a few years now, but I've just never had the gall nor the monetary backing to be able to actually get into it. But I think that now is a good chance, and ever since I saw the first ghost trail and I saw that Gibraltar was taking part and actually opening up to something like this, I thought it would be brilliant to actually try and get in there myself and get my own evidence, because you'll hear people all the time saying, well, I've had this experience and that experience, but unless you feel it for yourself, you'd never truly know, really.
Move back, everyone. Just move back. It's just contain it. Need to move back, guys. This is